Love's Illusion, written by Mitch Albom. Kimberly stared out the rain-streaked window, her reflection a ghost against the cityscape. Was love just an illusion, a fleeting dream destined to fade? Her heart ached with a dull, persistent pain. Betrayal had a way of twisting even the purest emotions into something unrecognizable. A foundation of faith. Kimberly had always believed in love. Raised in a small town, her childhood was filled with Sunday sermons and her parents' quiet, enduring affection. Love, they taught her, was patient and kind, a sacred bond blessed by God. It was the foundation upon which she built her dreams. She met Logan in college, a charming and charismatic young man who swept her off her feet. He proposed under a sky full of stars, and for a while their love felt like a fairy tale. They built a life together, a testament to their commitment. Shattered trust. The news hit Kimberly like a physical blow. Logan, her husband, the man who vowed to love her forever, was having an affair. And not just any affair with Patrice, Kimberly's closest confidant. The betrayal cut deep, shattering her faith in love and shaking her belief in God. How could something so beautiful be so easily destroyed? The pain was unbearable. She felt lost, adrift in a sea of sorrow and anger. Her faith, once a source of comfort, now seemed like a cruel joke. How could a loving God allow such pain? The world once painted in vibrant hues turned dull and gray. A new city, a new voice. Desperate for a fresh start, Kimberly packed her bags and moved to Seattle. The city, known for its vibrant culture and endless opportunities, seemed like the perfect place to rebuild her life. She meticulously folded her clothes, each item a reminder of the past she was leaving behind. With every piece of clothing she packed, she felt a mix of sadness and hope, a bittersweet cocktail of emotions. Leaving behind the remnants of her shattered life, she sought solace in the anonymity of a bustling city. The crowded streets, filled with strangers, offered her a sense of freedom she hadn't felt in years. As she looked out the window of the city bus, the skyline of Seattle seemed to whisper promises of new beginnings. Walking alone in the park, she felt the weight of her past slowly lifting, replaced by the anticipation of what lay ahead. She poured her heart into her work, securing a position as a radio journalist. The radio studio became her sanctuary, a place where she could channel her emotions and creativity. Speaking into the microphone, she found a new way to express herself, her words reaching out to countless listeners. Editing audio at her computer, she meticulously crafted stories that resonated with the human experience. Her voice, once filled with laughter and love, now resonated with a quiet strength and empathy that drew listeners in. Her career flourished. Each broadcast was a testament to her resilience, her ability to transform pain into powerful narratives. The serious expression on her face as she spoke into the microphone reflected her dedication to her craft. Her thoughtful demeanor and emotional expressions in the recording studio revealed the depth of her commitment. Kimberly's insightful commentary and compassionate interviews earned her accolades and a loyal following. She received awards at ceremonies, a recognition of her hard work and talent. Shaking hands with colleagues in the studio, she felt a sense of belonging and accomplishment. The applause from a small group of admirers was a reminder that her voice had made a difference. She became a voice for the voiceless, tackling social issues with a blend of grace and tenacity. Interviewing a homeless person on the street, she brought attention to the struggles of the marginalized. Speaking at community events, she inspired others to take action. Holding a microphone and talking to people in the park, she connected with her audience on a personal level, making their stories heard. Yet, behind her professional success, a part of Kimberly remained frozen in time, trapped in the debris of her broken heart. Sitting alone in a dark room, she often found herself lost in memories. A single tear would escape as she looked at old photographs, each image a reminder of what she had lost. Despite her achievements, the pain of her past lingered, a silent companion in her journey. Despite her remarkable success in the business world, Kimberly kept her heart guarded. She had built an empire from the ground up, earning respect and admiration from her peers. Yet, behind the confident exterior, there was a fortress around her emotions. The pain of Logan's betrayal had built an invisible wall around her, a wall that seemed impenetrable. The memories of their time together haunted her, and the sting of his deceit was a wound that refused to heal. This wall kept everyone at a distance. She dated sporadically, but each encounter only served as a reminder of the love she had lost. The dates were often awkward, filled with forced smiles and empty conversations. Kimberley would often find herself looking at old photos, feeling a wave of nostalgia mixed with sadness. The images of happier times were bittersweet, a stark contrast to her current reality. The fear of being hurt again was a constant shadow, looming over her every interaction. It was a fear that paralyzed her, making it difficult to open up to anyone new. This fear eclipsed any flicker of hope she might have had. Then, one day, she met Gerald. There was something different about him, something that sparked a glimmer of hope in her heart.
They were paired together for a charity event, a cause that was close to both of their hearts. It was an unexpected meeting, one that neither of them had anticipated. Their paths crossed in the most unexpected of ways, amidst the hustle and bustle of the event. There was an instant connection, a sense of familiarity that neither could explain. Gerald, a successful architect, was kind, compassionate, and genuinely interested in getting to know her. He had a warmth about him that was hard to ignore. He showed a genuine interest in her, not just as a successful businesswoman, but as a person. Their conversations were deep and meaningful, a stark contrast to the superficial dates she had been on. He saw past her professional facade, sensing the vulnerability she tried so hard to conceal. Gerald had a way of making her feel seen, truly seen, for the first time in a long while. Kimberley found herself slowly lowering her guard, allowing Gerald to see the real her. It was a terrifying, yet exhilarating experience, one that she hadn't felt in years. The wall around her heart began to crack, letting in the possibility of love once more.
Their initial conversations were light and easy, filled with laughter and shared interests. Gerald had a way of making her feel comfortable, of chipping away at the wall around her heart without making her feel pressured. He was patient, understanding that her journey back to love would be on her own terms.
Kimberley found herself drawn to his warmth and sincerity. He listened without judgment, offering support and encouragement as she cautiously shared snippets of her past. In his presence, the world seemed a little brighter, the pain a little less sharp.
As they spent more time together, Kimberley felt a flicker of hope ignite within her. Could she trust again? Could she allow herself to be vulnerable, to risk her heart for the possibility of love?
Gerald's steady presence, his unwavering kindness, began to chip away at the wall she had so carefully erected. Their relationship progressed slowly, built on a foundation of mutual respect and understanding. Gerald never pushed, never demanded more than she was willing to give. He was content to be her friend, her confidant, offering a safe space for her to heal.
One evening, as they walked hand in hand along the moonlit beach, Kimberley finally broke down. The gentle waves lapped at their feet, the moon casting a silvery glow on the water, creating an almost magical atmosphere. It was in this serene setting that Kimberley felt safe enough to let her guard down. The dam of her emotions burst, and she shared the full extent of her pain, the betrayal that had shattered her world. Her voice trembled as she recounted the moments that had left her feeling broken and lost. Each word was a release, a step towards healing.
Comforting. "I'm here, Kimberley. You don't have to go through this alone." His voice was steady, a rock in the storm of her emotions. He reached out, gently wiping away her tears, his touch a silent promise of unwavering support.
Gerald held her close, his embrace a haven of comfort and understanding. In his arms, she felt a sense of security she hadn't known in a long time. The warmth of his body against hers was a reminder that she was not alone in her struggle. His love was not a fiery inferno, consuming everything in its path. It was a steady flame, providing light and warmth without overwhelming her. It was the kind of love that healed rather than hurt. It was a gentle warmth, slowly melting the ice around her heart. Each day she felt the coldness of her past pain thawing, replaced by the comforting heat of his affection. Their moments together were filled with quiet joy and understanding. He didn't try to fix her or diminish her pain. Instead, he offered her the space to express her feelings, validating her experiences without judgment. His patience was a balm to her wounded soul. He simply listened, offering his presence as a testament to his love and support. His attentive silence spoke volumes, telling her that her pain was seen, her voice heard, and her heart cherished. Together, they began to heal the old wounds, one step at a time. Through Gerald's unwavering love and support, Kimberley began to heal. She learned that true strength lay not in closing herself off from the world, but in embracing vulnerability.
Encouraging Kimberley, it's okay to let yourself feel. You're stronger than you think.
She realized that forgiveness, while difficult, was the key to unlocking the chains of her past. She began to understand that Logan's betrayal said more about him than it did about her. It was his failing, not hers. She had loved fully and without reservation, and while that love had been met with pain, it did not diminish her capacity for love. Kimberley's journey was not without its challenges. There were moments of doubt, flashbacks of pain, and the ever-present fear of being hurt again. But with Gerald by her side, she learned to navigate the complexities of love and forgiveness.
Reassuring. We'll face this together, Kimberley, one step at a time.
She realized that love wasn't about finding the perfect person or experiencing a fairy tale romance. It was about choosing to love someone, flaws and all, and allowing oneself to be loved in return. Kimberley's story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. It's a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable pain, love has the power to heal, to redeem, and to ultimately triumph. It's a story about the transformative power of forgiveness, the courage to be vulnerable, and the enduring belief in the possibility of a love that lasts a lifetime.